It played Naya Feather on Wednesday, and we talked about with Naya Feather, I wasn't sure if the green splash was worthwhile to give up utility lands like Den of the Bugbear. So we're trying out a 2-color feather variation today. A couple of other cards in here that we don't have in the green version. The green version gets to play Abundant Harvest, so we have to kind of fill those slots in with other things. I've got some Sejiri Shelter as a land protection split card. We've got some Student's Advocate here as additional ways to generate card advantage. Then I've got some Showdown of the Skalds at the top end of our curve as our way to kind of grind through a little bit, but also put counters on things to grow them up out of range. We've still got some copies of Reckless Charge from the Jumpstart Historic Horizons. And then because we do unfortunately lose Dramoka's command, we've got 4 copies of Reckless Rage in the main deck. One other card that's kind of sweet that really allows you to be super aggressive in this archetype is Invigorated Rampage. So this card, along with Dreadhorde Arcanist, generates a lot of turn 4 kills. So you can like play this on 4, pumping up Arcanist, and then flash it back with Arcanist getting +8 attack for 2 mana. It also can dole out Trample, which lets you kind of punch through blockers too, which is great. Pairs especially well with, say, 10th District Legionnaire and Soul-Scar Mage, because you'll get that target trigger and prowess trigger, and then you'll give them Trample and run people down. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how red-white feather feels here today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. We play a ton of Constructed here. Usually we change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. You get a lot of variety here every day. Playing a lot of Historic right now. When they eventually fix Historic Brawl matchmaking, we'll be playing that some more. And really looking forward to Rotation next week. Looking forward to diving into some regular Standard. That sounds fine. A little bit land light, but spells are good. We have all of our colors. After we're just getting started with this deck, but after this deck is done, we're going to be doing a Constructed set review for Innistrad. We should have a full Innistrad spoiler at some point in the next hour to hour and a half or so. Land. All right, I mean, that's technically what I asked for, but also... What if I just smack them for 7? I kind of don't want to play this out into a stomp. Oh, but I won't be able to play this and fight as one next turn, so I know double white. Awkward. Okay, I think because I can't play this and protect it next turn, I just jam it here and hope they don't have the stomp. If I had a second white mana, I'd wait on this, but I don't, so... Sedge. Untapped land here would be great. Do this into this. Reckless Rage ain't bad. Hello there. Do I want to kill this wolf? I think the answer is no. Oh, just Reckless Charge my Arcanist. I mean, this is Historic, right? So, like, there aren't really Ranger class matchups in this format. Like, this particular opponent has it, but it's not a card that's, like, super popular and common here like we see in Standard. The old Clifftop Retreat tapped as our 5th land. Oh, fuck. I thought we were going to get to do both of them. That's fine. I can do this, right? Yeah, this is fine. Let's just pretend we intended to do this. That works out okay. I was thinking we'd get both of them, but yeah, neither of these are humans. Clearly it was the optimal play, chat. Our opponent has conceded. Played perfectly. Never didn't have it. Alright, so Abrade and Rip Apart seem good. Is this a Skyclave and or Clarion matchup? How on the draw do I think I'm the control deck here? I think the answer is yes. I think we probably are the control deck here. I don't know. They have like Spellbreaker and stuff, so I think this is probably not great. I think Skyclave Apparition's probably pretty reasonable though, huh? That's true. The hidden mode on this giving things lifelink could potentially be good. I don't know. With Ranger class and there are other things that could potentially be 4/4s, I feel like the answer is no on Clarion. I mostly have this for things like elves. Things that really swarm and go wide and tend to stay smaller. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, Nord's a great product, and I'm happy to have them on as a sponsor. I've used them over the years a few times, off and on when I've needed a VPN service. It's great. Christy and I traveled out of the country at one point for a little bit, and we used them to watch some Netflix while we were on the road, because you can access libraries outside of the country that you are in, because they have different rights in different countries to what they broadcast. Anything to kill Embercleave? Yeah, I have 2 copies of Abrade and a Rip Apart for Embercleave. Well, my last 2 trims are usually it's just like Defiant Strike. Usually like my filler cut. I'm a JoJo. Thanks for dropping off some of Bezos' money. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Appreciate it. 31 months is a while. Morning, Shuey. International copyright law is a mess. You are not wrong. You're so right. Why are you so right? Hey. Don't kill my Arcanist opponent. Don't do it. Have a heart. Only 90,000 shillings to go. Closing in, Scottish. Lumbering Falls. Thanks for the 32 months. How aggressive do I want to be, chat? I think the answer is be aggressive, be aggressive. What if, can I just like 10th district and double fight as one? Just like crash for 9? What am I taking on the backswing? I'm taking 8 on the backswing, but I have like double Reckless Rage the next turn. I could also like double fight as one, leave 10th district on defense. Isn't terrible either. What if we do that? If I only attack with this and leave a 4/4 back to block, it's pretty bad into cleave. Am I dead to cleave next turn? So next turn cleave would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm actually not dead to cleave. Let's smash. Hopefully we can find an untapped land for next turn with the Scry. I'm going to bottom the tapped land. I want an untapped land so I can Skyclave plus Rage. Come on and slam, chat. It's time to jam. Attack you. Rocket Banana. Thanks for the 28. Good morning. Gosh, they're so close to dead. 6, 7. Yeah, I think the play is attack here and then rage the 5/5 because now we turn it into a 1/1. Looking for more stuff for Dreadhorde to do at this point, I think. And I have a 6/6 and a 1/1 on defense. Is this Soul-Scar Mage a gain 3? I think the Soul-Scar Mage is a gain 3. It's not doing a whole lot on this board. And then we Skyclave this. And then attack. Dreadhorde has expired at this point, basically. I think I attack for 8 here, and then I think, like, this is so scary if it pops off. Did I just miss lethal? No, because they were at 10, right? Okay. Whew. Couldn't play this and this. I think I'm supposed to Skyclave the level 3 Rangers class here. Because we're ahead and I just need them to not catch up. If they can't, if the top card of their deck isn't a creature, they're dead if I take this hit. The top card of their deck could be a creature they could cast. And this could be bait. And then we die to the Ramanap runes. I think I'm supposed to take the hit. I think I'm supposed to take the hit. Yeah, there's no, my dojo does not contain fear. I ain't scared, chat. Come and get it. Come and get it. Did you see them mouse over their cinder vines like I did just to check and be sure they couldn't kill me with it? Nice. Sick. Thank you. The creature-based matchups in this format are so satisfying to play. There's a lot of really good games of Magic when Jeskai's not involved. Otter Pullip and the Lag Wizard, thanks for the follows. Good morning and welcome to the channel. Well, so our opponent is ranked 71, and this is one of those games where, like, the fact that there's not open deck lists on the ladder is so devastating, because, like, they're a control deck, I want to put back Reckless Rage. They're a creature deck, I want to put back Fight as one. Probably Jeskai. Nope, maybe not. There have been a lot of people higher up on the ladder playing white aggro as well. Okay, they are playing a creature deck. Kinda. This matchup's probably bad for us, if I had to venture a guess. Showdown. Showdown's good here at least, though, so that could possibly be our catch-up mechanic here. Our deck. Our deck's not into the mustard, but we got a little bit of catch-up. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, Rexy and Andy. Appreciate the support. Yeah, targeted discard spells are really good against us because they, our deck needs like an A plus B, so like when they get rid of like our only creature, we end up pretty far behind. I think I'm just cycling this Defiant Strike here. So we can target their creature and then we draw a card. Do it again in case we find a 1 or 2 drop here. Morning bread. So definitely in a pretty mediocre spot here. This Fabled Passage is card number 5 in here, so this Crocs is coming back soon. This is definitely going to be a matchup where we board in increased threat density. Those Ajanis as well as the Adanto Vanguards in our sideboard are going to be key here. Honestly, I don't know that we can beat Davriel, right? It's just like a removal spell sitting in play.
Let's make smart decisions, shall we?
Let's make smart decisions, shall we? Ha, magic. Ha, magic. This is where the Magic the Gathering occurs on your screen, chat. So I'm going to take out these kind of linear aggressive cards in order to increase our threat density here. So I'm going to bring in this, this, and this. This is nice because it's a threat, but it's also an answer. I think we do want the Reckless Rages for killing their smaller threats. What do I want to trim here? We're going to side out some lands, asking the real questions. And just trim around the edges, probably. A couple Arcanists and a Defiant Strike out. Yeah, that seems fine. So, you don't make your hand better against decks full of discard spells by mulliganing. So this hand isn't strong, but it has lands and spells, so you're basically obligated to keep it. Is what it comes down to. Yeah, definitely, like, hand sucks keep is, like, big mood against decks that are looking to Thoughtseize you. And especially with both Showdowns in my hand, I'm just gonna run my threats out here so they can die and we can play through their removal. I shall teach you much. Signpost uncommons. What does that mean? What is a signpost uncommon? This is actually one of the worst hits in our deck there on this Showdown, because this is the only spell that wouldn't let us double spell with a 2-drop. That's a draft term, so no, you won't. No, yeah, so for people that are new to the channel, my set review today is what I refer to as a constructed set review. So, limited will not be any part of it at all, and I will be outright ignoring and not talking about cards that aren't constructed relevant in my opinion. If you want a limited set review, I'd recommend just, you know, go into the experts that play a lot of limited. LSV and Deathsea both do card reviews with limited focuses, I believe. If you're looking for a comedic full set review, Day 9 TV's hilarious. Always recommend him if you're looking to hear someone talk about every single card in the set. But my review ideally is under 90 minutes for the entirety of the set. And we just hit the highlights and talk about what's possible and constructed, hopefully. Oh yeah, we do play Cube sometimes, because Cube is gas. Okay, so instead of paying life again here, I'm gonna go ahead and target these with this. Will the set review be posted on YouTube tonight? Theoretically, but because it's my third segment today, YouTube's been having a lot of problems processing things in an appropriate amount of time. So there's a small chance it's not posted till tomorrow morning because YouTube has been dog shit. This could be okay. Yep. I paid a lot of life there. We could be in trouble if they have another removal spell. Yeah. Yikes. I think I'm just chilling. I think we're just chilling. Trying to dodge a Croxa. This might be wrong. We're technically dead to the Seasoned Pyromancer activation if I brick on this. I think that just kills us. Because I have to protect this. And then they can also Seasoned Pyromancer here. Yeah, like I said, I expected this matchup to not be great for us. It's looking like that's gonna play out that way. Ah, chat. It's a tilted land. It's a tilted land. Good games, opponent. GG. Temple of Tilt. Yeah, the mixture, it's not... Our deck's actually quite reasonable against lots of removal. It's the removal in conjunction with the discard spells that really gives us fits. So our fight is ones and protection spells make us okay against just removal. For people that are wondering what our opponent is playing green mana for, you should check out the coverage of the last Hoglandia Open that's linked on my website. There was a Jund deck that finished in the top 8 that was red-black Splash Clothis, so I imagine they were probably doing that. It was very similar to what that last opponent was playing. Neat, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. And Tilo, thanks for the follow. This is a Coalescence Apparel shirt. It is a Magic Run the Jewels reference, yeah. With the old Mox on it. I think we just play Arcanist this turn. Let's start by attacking because they won't block if I attack. Get our free point in there with proper sequencing. Do I have any pets? I have 3 children. They are 6, 7, and 15 months old. That's, like, actually really unfortunate for us. I really wanted to flashback that Defiant Strike. Gosh, I think I'm... Am I, like, playing the Fightus one here at end of turn so I can flash it back? I think I am. Ooh. All right, well. Reckless rage. Some things die while others feel the pain. Reckless rage. Might be right to kill their higher attack thing here. Reckless charge could be useful on the line, especially with this having trample, though. Full card list is live. Sweet. Thanks for the heads up. We're gonna finish this set with this deck, so probably another 45 minutes or so, and then we'll dive on into that. Our constructed set review. Do you have an opinion on green-white versus mono-white humans and Texas? I think the mono-white list is probably better at this point because of how much more efficient it is. And they kind of got to play defense here at this point, right? Especially because of the Den of the Bugbear we've got hiding out down here. Yeah, I would bet they're... I mean, would it even count as playing against aggro on the Magic Arena ladder if the lethal wasn't a slow roll? Would it even count, chat? It's not the same if the lethal doesn't come slowly. I think Kite Sail is great in the current format. I disagree with that greatly. I think Kite Sail in general is a card that's pretty mediocre. Kite Sail is fine against decks like ours that have a middling amount of spells, but against decks like Jeskai that have an overwhelming amount of removal, it effectively just amounts to a 1/2 for 2, because you're going to take away one of their ways to kill it, and it's going to get killed incidentally by something else, effectively rendering it having done nothing. The reason why cards like Elite Spellbinder are very good is because they have a lasting disruptive impact even after they're removed, whereas Kite Sail doesn't do that. Once Kite Sail dies, it effectively hasn't done anything for the game for you. I think this is a Clarion matchup. I mean, we played, I think Black-White Humans is decent for reference. And like, if you look back on my YouTube channel, we have a video with Black-White Humans, but it's playing General Kudro, it's not playing Kite Sail. So I think having black for the extra anthem is good. But I don't think Kite Sail is worth playing, even if you're in black. Yes, Elite Spellbinder also is a very good clock. Ha! Nice, Jimabine. Hopefully, at some point, the United States is going to come together as a collective and tell all the anti-vaxxers to fuck off into the sun, and we'll be able to, you know, go back to some sense of normalcy and have things like paper Magic tournaments again. Was excited to see the adults that were finally put in charge of the country were starting to mandate things with vaccines as far as they can, so that's good. So, I think we just Skyclave this one so they don't draw a card, right? I also wouldn't mind getting a 2/2 into play. Thanks for the 25 months, Frigley. Welcome back. I'd rather rip apart this one. Putting a 3-drop under a Skyclave sounds kind of risky here. What do you say to people that say mandatory vaccines are un-American against the Constitution? You just walk away from them because people like that who are ignorant to the reality of what our country has been for a long time are not people you can deal with on a reasonable basis. People are just going to pointedly ignore the fact that we've had vaccine requirements in public institutions like schools and other things like that for a long time. They're just, you know, you can't logic someone out of a position they didn't logic themselves into. You'll just have a much better time not dealing with those folks. I think I'm just looking for more removal spells. I'm gonna be honest, I was talking and clicking, and I thought we were gonna be able to pay 1 to deny this drawing a card. So maybe I should have just Skyclaved the General or Skyclaved the Esper Sentinel here. I don't really want to trade these. I can attack for 2 at least. Is this a spell? I think this might be a land. I can't... No, I'm gonna wait for a second. This might be a spell. You haven't seen the combo deck on the ladder. Yeah, it's just not great into the controlled X-Men Magus. It's pretty bad into creativity, especially. Yes. People, conservative pundits, fear-mongering, made up the term vaccine passport because it sounds scary. And honestly, I mean, they're not really wrong, right? Like, vaccine passports are a slippery slope. What next? Are you going to ask me for an age passport to buy alcohol? You going to ask me for a travel passport to leave the country? Like, where does the tyranny end, chat, once you open up requiring vaccines? I think I want to Skyclave something so we can start pressuring them. A subscription passport to talking Jeff Hogland's Twitch chat? It's all tyranny, chat! Listen, chat. Would you believe me if I've told you I've had conservative idiots tell me I'm a fascist for timing people out? Because they don't know what that word means? Because they have. Alright, I think I'm willing to trade a Skyclave for a Kitesail freebooter here with this feather in hand. Yeah, that's the other thing, Admain. All things considered, I can't tell which Kitesail freebooter is which on this ordering blockers. I believe I have ordered the proper Kitesail freebooter first here based on the animation. Let's find out. Oh, one has Summoning Sickness. Good call. Yeah, and for people that didn't follow Biden's announcement yesterday, he didn't even technically mandate vaccines for people at large companies. He mandated you have to be vaccinated or you have to be tested for COVID weekly. So you don't even have to get vaccinated if you don't want to follow what's being passed by OSHA. You just have to, take precautions to make sure you're not spreading COVID to your coworkers and people that come into your... Where would I draw the line on tyranny? I don't know. You shouldn't have, like, super clear-cut things like that, right? Because there's life is shades of gray. Like, when you draw a line in the sand and say this line is tyranny, you're going to have people hug as close to that line as they can without crossing it and be like, but look, you said this was tyranny, Jeff, and I'm over here. So technically, this is not tyrannical. Yeah, all ethics are situational is, it's largely the truth. It was funny. Speaking of negotiating with 5-year-olds and being literal, Christy sent Declan to his room for a 10-minute timeout the other day. And we were feeling bad because, like, my brother-in-law was over and Declan wanted to hang out with my brother-in-law for a little bit. So we let him come down after 5 minutes. And Declan goes, that really didn't feel like 10 minutes. Are you sure I was up there for 10 minutes? I was like, dude, stop it. We are cutting you a break. You even time out your kids. How tyrannical. Yep. It's a hard knock life. All right, so do we just like... I was going to say, do I build up the slow roll for this? But I think the answer is no because of their kite sails. Thanks for the follow, the Great Fox. Hey, finish out the last minutes of his timeout. I got you, Balasar. Appreciate you stepping up. Good morning, EPJ. Ooh, that's a nice one. Noise, noise. No attacks. Defense. Defense. So I just like let them draw a card here and Deafening Clarion, right? Or do I wait a turn and play it after the Sentinel? I get pretty punished by a second Kitesail Freebooter. I think I'm gonna greed. I'm gonna greed. Let's greed. I guess we get kind of punished by a general, but then like we get a general out of it, so like it's not all bad. I assume they're on Collected Company. We haven't seen any green cards. God bless America, my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Do. We have been caught with our hand in the cookie jar, fam. Hand meat cookie jar. You should really stop telling your opponent what card punishes your play so they stop drawing it. Big mood. Big mood. Adam Marr, thanks for the brand new sub. I appreciate the support. I'm gonna fight as one here to Scribe. This is gonna let them draw 2 cards, but it's gonna draw me 4 cards. I think that's fine. Well, I only have 2 Clarions in my deck, so we're looking for a way to kill a Kitesail Freebooter here. Yeah, so Reckless Rage gets us back our Clarion. And then the Showdown triggers lets my 10th district live, right? Because this is 3, and then it'll get 1, 2, 3 counters, because it'll get 2 from this and 1 from this targeting it. Yeah, they're gonna draw a bunch of cards, but we'll clean their board, and we'll have a backup Clarion left over, right? And both my creatures are gonna live, because I'll get 2 prowess triggers on the Soul-Scar. Okay, so now Now our board has to die, but I get 2 things back. Right? Well, the problem is I'm going to die to their attacks if I do that. Hey, there's a Thalia in play, chip. Esper Sentinel is really good against us. And this doesn't kill Soul-Scar Mage. Because it gets prowess plus another 1/1 counter. Cool. Oh, this only draws cards for the first time each turn. Cool, that's good. We get to gain 5 here. Okay, we're fine. So we only got 1 card off that Showdown, but we got a bunch of +1 counters from it. And we can actually Clarion again next turn and save this with the trigger from Showdown. So if they go wide here, we like Clarion again and then still get them, right? Clarion looking really good alongside Skalds here. That's strong. Oh yeah, Soul-Scar Mage lets it shrink their stuff. That's hilarious. And then I get to play this and put another counter on here so they can't even trade. I get to attack for 11. Wow, this was an incredible game for us. It can't be understated or overstated. It can't be overstated how good the creature matchups in this format are. And I really hope Wizards realizes like how toxic and shitty the memory lapse decks are and does something about them, because they're such a blight on this otherwise awesome engaging format. When creature combat matters in Historic, it's fantastic. It's just like the best types of games Magic has to offer. But Sarah's Emissary is a creature. That's true. Big true. B. Williams, thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. PH Inch, Dubell, and Mess Around, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Oh no, chat. They're ranked 273. Please be White Weenie. Please be White Weenie. Please be White Weenie. Please be White Weenie. Jeskai Triumph. Please be Phoenix. Please be Phoenix. Please be Phoenix. Please be Phoenix. Narrator. They were not Phoenix. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm gonna have to draw this spell again. Do 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 do. What do you think WotC should ban to fix this format? Memory lapse and indomitable creativity. I think that's a start. Magic design and card game design in general is very complicated, and I would never profess to know that doing something is guaranteed to have a specific outcome. I would start with memory lapse and creativity and evaluate from there. I would wager you could ban memory lapse and Jeskai is still the best deck in the format, if not one of the best. Would be my guesstimate. There's a chance that that is not true, but my educated guess would be that it's probably still one of the best things to be doing without lapse. Mr. Wilson, werewolf deck when? We are going to be doing, so we're going to do a constructed set review here starting in about half an hour. And then we are going to do a deck building stream with standard and a couple of historic decks on Monday. And the set releases on Thursday. We're going to be jamming standard on Thursday and Friday next week. And then the next Hoaglandia opens on the 19th, 9 days from now. If you want to watch the first tournament with coverage, that'll be in the new standard format. Please cast Wrath of God. This is the part where we get memory lapsed off of our fight as one. Ooh, are we not getting memory lapsed here? Are they super dead? They're super dead, chat. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes, it is an open entry tournament. You need to be subscribed to my Twitch channel, which is, you know, anyone can do. I had some dickhead on Reddit tell me that our Hoaglandia opens weren't open tournaments because you had to be a Twitch sub to play in them. And it was like, you don't understand what the word open means. You need a subscription passport to play in the tournament, yes. Is this lethal? Not quite, but pretty close, right? Lethal enough. All right, so we want to increase our threat density in this matchup. We want Adanto Vanguards and Ajanis. I think we trim our purely linear cards and Reckless Rage and Invigorated Rampage. You'll see me cut these cards a lot in the post-board games, and that doesn't mean these cards are bad and you should get rid of them from the deck. What happens here is something you frequently see in Magic with these aggressive decks is that we have these cards that allow us to be more linear game one, and then in the post-board games, we pivot into a plan that lets us have better tools in specific slots, like removal against aggro or more grind against control. Yeah, maybe we don't want these Reckless Rages. That's fair. Maybe that means I do want a couple of these more linear cards. Rage is probably better than Rampage. I'm going to put Abrade in a Rip Apart. This can kill Narset and finish a Teferi and kill a Search for Azcanta, and this kills Gearhulks. If we see our opponents playing creativity, we'll have Containment Priest for game 3. I think in the dark, I assume they're just Sky Control. I don't want to bring the priest in until we know. Does creativity run Archmage's Charm? Some of them do. Less common though. That's a good call out though. That Archmage's Charm is perhaps an indicator that they're traditional control. That sounds super greedy. Yeah, so does playing Questing Beasts and Embercleave and Chandra in your Collected Company deck, but you know, Magic Arena players get a Magic Arena. Yeah, actually, I see people talking about entry fees. Part of the reason we have a sub requirement plus a $5 entry fee is, one, the entry fee goes to increasing the prize pool, but two, when you only had to be subbed to the channel to play in the tournament, there was no entry fee, we filled the 256 spots, like, instantly, and then 40 to 60% of the tournament would drop the day before the tournament when they figured out they couldn't play. Because on the channel, I have anywhere from, like, 1,600 to 2,000 subs at any given point. So filling 256 spots goes really quickly because everybody who thinks they might be able to play just joins if there's no entry fee. So even adding that very small fee kind of helps ensure that people are more likely to be able to play. I don't think I want to Reckless Charge this turn. I think I'm going to Feather plus hold up Strike. Start by attacking for 2 here. What open means in a tournament context. An open event is an event that doesn't require a special participation. An event having an entry fee doesn't mean it's not open. It just means you have to pay money to participate. Open means you don't need to be invited. Yeah, SCG opens, which always had an entry fee. Dis, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna cantrip this Defiant Strike. Just use my mana.
Hold that thought.
Try and dig to a land here, basically. Hopefully we can kill this Teferi here with Reckless Charge. I'm going to use the Student's Advocate here. Yeah, I'm going to charge this to play around Justice Strike. It's really important that Teferi dies. No, not at all, Soren. So obviously we beat Helix there, but Justice Strike's very common because Jeskai players want to beat they want to beat Shifting Ceratops. Thanks for the 21 months, Jazz, and welcome back. Good morning, good morning. You can use this on their turn as well here. I'm going to Defiant Strike twice to get Soul-Scar Mage out of Anger of the Gods range. Good beats. Let's get Adanto Vanguard down here, right? Okay, so we start with Feather. See what they do. Okay, and then I think I'm not supposed to Reckless Rage because they have an Opus in the bin. So if they want to Gear Hulk me, I want to braid the Gear Hulk this turn, right? So I'm only going to attack with the Vanguard here. Yeah, feels like they either have another Opus or they have an... They might just have another Opus in hand here. So they're doing 4 to 10th District Legionnaire. I'm going to try and hit an instant with this. I get 2 shots. Rats. So I'm going to cast this now, so that way I guaranteed get the card draw from it, and I get to put a counter on this with the Skalds trigger. Maybe I'm supposed to put the counter on Vanguard, actually, so that way it's big enough to dodge Clarion without needing to pay life. So if they have an untapped land here, they can still Gear Hulk Opus, which is not great for us. Showdown of the Skalds has done some heavy lifting this set. It's very possible there should be a 3rd copy in the sideboard. Our two main deck copies have been very good. Okay, so this means they can't do the thing, Gear Hulk us anymore. They have Wrath of God here. I have Ajani in to bring this back and to pump it up a bunch. My deck just lost to Grixis, time to burn it and start over. That reminds me of a really funny anecdote I saw on Twitter the other day, which was, do you all remember that scene in Good Will Hunting where the janitor comes in and he messes up the board a little bit and the teacher gets really mad, but then he steps back and really looks at it and there's a playable Grixis list? I think we start on Ajani here, right? I'm going to put counters on Feather rather than Soul-Scar because a Archmage's Charm could be getting ready to steal this. Okay. Are they dead? Like, probably pretty close to it, right? Man, we're so close to lethal. If this was untapped, we'd kill them, huh? Alright, I'm just gonna hold up Fight as 1 this turn, right? Because this is only +4, right? So I can put them to 1. Just want to play around a sweeper. We had lethal not casting Ajani. Well, they had an Archmage's Charm, right? And they could have had something else, so I wanted to lead on Ajani to force action out of them. Like, their sequence of plays is different if I don't lead on Ajani. Yeah, the creature land looking good here too. Like, even if they have like Wrath of God counterspell, I have this and this plus these other leftovers. Like, I think we're gonna put a third Showdown on the board. I think the third Showdown's probably better than the second Ajani. I don't know if we beat that. Let's find out. I think we're good. I think this saves the feather and then we're good to go. Oh, they do. This could be a memory lapse, right? They have 2 mana available here. I agree they should have stolen the Soul-Scar Mage. Alright, show me memory lapse. Nope. Alright. Are you dead yet? If they would have stolen the Archmage first, they would have killed Feather with minus counters. Yeah, they would have. Opponent punted. Opponent threw. Well, I would have just responded to their charms. But yeah, they could have, if they would have stolen this, they would have had the flavor text, and this would have died to the flavor text of Soul-Scar Mage. Which is kind of incredible. Draw 2 or win the game. The control player will always pick draw. It's in their nature. Yeah, that's true. I think I liked this better than, yeah, I'm doing a wrap up now, Entity. I think I liked this better than, Naya. I didn't really find myself missing the green cards, and the more consistent mana was nice. Having creature lands was nice. Honestly, after thinking through how those games played out, I talked about putting a third Showdown in the board. I think I just cut the Student's Advocate here down to 1 and just go to a third Showdown. Showdown the Main. Yeah, this is like, okay. Like, I think like playing a copy of this is like a 5th Dreadhorde Arcanist is fine, but like this card just did a lot of heavy lifting, and I don't know that I want 4 of these, but I like what's going on here. Boros Feather's typically been better than Naya. I mean, like, arguing like which B-list deck is better is kind of whatever. One consideration maybe for the sideboard is that this build, the way I have it constructed here, actually doesn't have a lot of good answers to Resolved Emissary. I actually don't have any. I've got some Containment Priest here and some pressure, but like if Emissary hits the table, we actually just can't get rid of it. So maybe that's an oversight. Maybe some amount of these Abrade, Rip Aparts, and Skyclave Apparition should be Deccan Stone or Giant Slayer. Honestly, we could play the new... Speaking of new cards, we're gonna start our constructed set review here in a second. The new white card seems real good. Destroy target creature or planeswalker they investigate. Hey, CERN, thanks for the brand new Prime. Oh, there's a ton of great people you can ship those Bezo bucks to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them this way this month and keeping me around. All right, so that's gonna be it for playing Historic for this morning. I'll be back on Monday with more Historic